STIs.
Yes. STIs.
Or STDs.
STDs. Sexually transmitted infection diseases. Well, you know what I mean. We are here to talk about that horrible, nasty thing that everybody fucking worries about when they're having unprotected sex. Actually, even when they're having protected sex,
people
a
still
lot of people worry about it.
Especially if you're dating or having lots of one-night stands and stuff, it's always going to be on your mind.
Yes.
And it should be on your mind.
You do have to think about it a lot.
So the most important thing is using condoms all the time.
Yes, condoms with anybody that you fuck. At least for the first time or first couple of times. I mean, we can't talk. We have had sex without condoms.
Oh, yes.
And we've regretted it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. But also, you know, it does happen and you have to be very sure you want to fuck them without a condom. Very sure.
Yeah.
For it to be okay. But make sure you use condoms. Because you just don't know what anyone has, and most people don't know themselves what they have.
Exactly.
So it's not even anyone to blame. But we wanted to talk about our experiences as well as what we've heard about it, just to sort of give you a bit of peace of mind.
Yeah.
Because we have both suffered.
We have.
Oh, it's always the way, and it can be shit, and you can feel horrible when you find out as well.
Yeah, it's really panicking.
Yes.
For some reason, you just feel like this horrible, like, gut feeling. It's like, ugh, no, because you get that call back from the STI, like, and they leave a voicemail and they're like, could you please call us back to...
And you feel so...
And you're like, because we got your results. And if they call you, you know it's something bad.
Yeah, and it's like you feel so disgusting and horrible and you hate the person that possibly gave it to you and you don't know where it's come from, and it can be really damaging for your mental health as well as people around you. When I was 9 years old, my lovely grandmother, thanks grandma, gave me herpes on my neck. And
how did that actually get onto your neck?
I don't know, because when I was younger, I remember feeling all these bumps, and I ended up going to the doctors about it, and they were bumps in 3 scratch marks. So the only way that we can think of is that I've scratched myself, and then somehow my grandmother's cold sore had transmitted into my
Did she kiss your neck?
Oh, must have done, or kissed
or like
something,
just hugged, or like, oh, my little granddaughter.
Yeah, it could have been that. She could have just literally kissed my neck. And at the time I was 9, so I remember telling my teacher, and he recoiled back in horror away from me. And I remember thinking, why are you like running away from me? Like, it's just herpes. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
And then as you grow up, you realise, and you're like, oh, that
you wouldn't have known back then.
It's not great.
Like, it's just a little rash.
But I'm also completely at terms with the herpes on my neck. My herpes hasn't flared up in 7 years, you know, in a long time.
So it's completely
not
dormant.
Even 7 years. It might even be longer than 7 years. It completely dormant. I think it's only flared up maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, but it is a huge amount. It's not just one cold sore. It was like a whole huge rash on the side of my neck here.
Yeah, I think it's important to know that herpes isn't actually something that will occur inevitably, like all the time. Like sometimes it can stay dormant and you will only ever have one outbreak. Sometimes you have it and you never have any outbreaks.
Yes.
So a lot of people don't even know they have herpes.
And people get herpes in so many different ways.
But then
feel
you
so
can,
differently about it.
obviously there are some people that get multiple outbreaks all the time.
And it can be really painful and horrible. But you also have to remember that it's not the end of the fucking world. It really isn't. It can be horrible to come to terms with, and especially if you're trying to speak to new people. And it's a bit different it being on my neck rather than on my genitals.
Yeah, because as you know, you didn't get it sexually transmitted.
Yes, I didn't have that.
Obviously not
horribleness about it.
I don't know, you don't feel the kind of, you don't have like the regret of getting a STI from it.
Or not using protection, or not fucking the right way, or fucking the wrong person. So I mean, I'm completely okay with this, but people do get genital herpes out there, and you can get treatment for it, and it does suck when it happens, but the best thing that you can do is try and pick yourself up about it and not let it get you down so much, because it can really badly affect your sex life, as with any sexually transmitted disease.
I mean, obviously herpes is a hard one because you do have to live with it for the rest of your life, but it never is as bad as you think it is.
Yes, you always imagine it's so much worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much everybody's had a sexually transmitted disease. It's so much more common than you think, and people don't know about it because nobody talks about it. It's too scary.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
no one wants to discuss the chlamydia, whatever.
I was stupid, had unprotected sex, and now I got this shit.
For some reason, just people think it's gross. It's it is gross. Ew.
And it's only because it's like a physical form of being
stupid as well.
Most sexually transmitted diseases aren't really a big deal. They're just surface big deal. Again, things like chlamydia, I think you can't tell it's there, but you have to be careful.
I mean, obviously they can be a big deal, but if you get them treated, most of them aren't a big deal.
So you have to get yourself tested.
Oh my god, we can't preach it
all the time. You know, it's free, for fuck's sake. Go to your sexually transmitted clinic. Go to your sexual health clinic. And get yourself tested. You can do free tests. You can order them free online and get them sent and send them off. Just go and get yourself tested. I'd say at least after every person you've been with. Even, I mean, you can do it even if you've used protection.
You really should,
but normally if you use condoms, it's very, very, very highly unlikely you get anything.
If you're using protection, then I wouldn't, you don't have to go get yourself tested after every single person you have sex with. But obviously you should still do it at least every 6 months.
Yes, and obviously if you see any changes, if you see any differences, don't be confused with thrush though. Thrush is not it's considered a sexually transmitted disease because you can pass it.
Yeah, you can pass it on.
But it's every girl gets that. I fucking get it before I come on a period or if I take antibiotics.
That's not something.
But also thrush is just a little bit itchy, a little bit gross. And you just deal with that really, really easily. But any other changes you notice, go and get yourself tested. And people at the sexual health clinic are always nice. They're always understanding. They'll never judge you. It doesn't work like that. They're professionals. They're doctors. The one at Kingston Hospital's really fucking good. The Wolverton Clinic. I love them there. They're wonderful. They're really, really lovely.
Shout out!
Shout out to them peeps! But yeah, it's always worth getting yourself tested just to be sure. And if you feel like you have to get yourself tested after every single person, that's okay. But don't let it run your life. Basically, we want to make sure it's clear that if you do think you have something, go and get tested and make sure you don't have sex as well. And if you find out that you do have something, it is so much nicer to tell people about it.
Oh my god, please tell people about it
because it's horrible.
People don't know and they won't go and get themselves tested, and then things could get serious.
It could spread. You could give it to before you know it could be 7 people, 10 people, 20 people. It could go fast. So it's horrible to do, but you have to grow balls. And you just got to tell them. You got to tell.
It's a horrible thing to do, telling people that you've got something and that you've given it to them. They have to go to the doctors to get it sorted out.
And especially if they come back, it's like, no, I don't have it, and then you feel really embarrassed. But you also have to know that it happens to everybody, and it doesn't make you a slut. It doesn't make you a horrible person. It's just a fucking accident that happens to most of us.
So normal.
Many people joke about it as well, and I suppose it depends on how you take the joke. But as long as you're sort of take it tongue in cheek, then it won't hurt you so much. So don't worry, if you've got something now and you're watching this video, do not worry. Your bits will return back to normal.
They will.
Lastly, to add, the biggest STI of all is children. Lol, pregnancy. Be careful of pregnancy.
I'm just really confused.
Children.
What's that? But yeah. STIs can be really serious and dangerous to your health.
Yes.
Especially HIV.
Not to mention mental health as well. They can really mess with your head.
We can't stress enough. Please go get checked and protect yourself when you have sex.
Yes.
With people you don't know. If you're having one-night stands, if you're having flings, if you're starting relationships, use condoms.
Yes. And even if you're fucking cheating, don't be a stupid and fucking go and fuck somebody else and then give your partner an STI. Oh my god. Well, just don't cheat anyway. It's not respectful. Respect your partner.
Please respect each other.
Yes.
Use condoms and go and get yourself checked at sexual health clinics.
Yes.
They are easy to find. Just Google it.
Yes.
And
they're friendly. They're lovely there.
They're so nice. And it's just so easy, and everyone should do it.
Let us know if this video has been helpful. If you've got anything to add, please comment below. I know it's not that great because you can't be anonymous with these kind of things, and a lot of people want to stay anonymous, but
you can ask. You can also message us on our blog as well.
Yes, anonymously.
And you can be anonymous on that.
Yes. Let us know what you think, and we hope this has been helpful.
Yeah, please subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
And like up
the channel. And get some of those tasty STIs.
No, don't.
Anyway.
Okay. Bye. See you next week.
Bye.